This megalithic wall behind me has been here for an indeterminate amount of time, and what it represented was a dam, and absolutely fascinating construction. Their wall goes all the way to the other side, and if you go up this hill, where you can see the upper part of the dam, it's obviously been broken for a while. Nevertheless, if I can make my way through the wineberry thorns, you can see what's remaining of this ancient wall that we don't really know what they were using it for. However, we can theorize. So if I climb up to the top of the wall, what's quite fascinating is that they created a ditch about 20 feet above the river, could be less, and we can see here where the river was redirected, it's filled, so the bottom was quite a bit deeper, and heading in the other direction there's a valley of course trees have fallen across it, but I'm going to pound through the pokies so you can see this. And let's see, is that ironwood? Looks like an ironwood tree. Nope. Ironwoods you can like hang off of them. So here you can see this ditch that they built. This is just behind my house. And so we've been wondering what this could have been used for. And these are pretty high walls even now after the erosion. But obviously there was a reason why they chose to get this. Yeah, there's no way up that. It's too steep. I was like, I can do this. Right? Was it a turbine? Was it a mill? Is the run-in theory? The Quakers in this area did a lot of interesting things. They're very clever in many ways, and they cooperated because they're basically very nice people who are very polite and non-violent by choice, who wouldn't involve themselves in the wars. But as far as feeding the people, making sure that the barns get raised and the chickens and the babies too, that's why Brookville, where I choose to live, is pretty darn cool. I think everybody should swing by and check out the Brookville White House, where the President of the United States called home briefly because the Capitol was burned on fire, and everybody retreated here. Well, not everybody, but the government and the money, actually. They took documents. They were preserving what was principal to the ongoing operation of the organized system of government that has the potential to be very, very beneficial. And so we rebuilt. We rebuilt our government despite the fact that the ship flipped over. We flipped it back because the United States, and indeed democracy, civilized life, is not local. It doesn't require a shrine of any kind. I suppose this is as good a shrine as any. Brookville, Maryland. That was good. Nice little burn. I gotta climb more of the hill now. And in the snow, it's definitely... Oh, the sound. Oh, the sound. I skipped the snowshoes because it was 2 inches. I just couldn't justify it. Even though it's fun. I'd look ridiculous walking on dirt. But you can throw them on your backpack and take them off if you choose to. So, up, hey, I found my path. The way that I get down here is pretty cool, actually. The trail that I created didn't exist. I'm still creating it. Probably will for a long time. But the trail that goes up into the forest, where you can listen. You feel thankful right now? I do. Join me in that, will you? Thankful for moments like these. Moments where we can cease our thinking. And be at ease in the forest. And observant. Noticing of the changes. You know, as I climb higher, I'm in the light now. The sun is high up in the sky relative to me. It doesn't take a lot of hiking upward to extend a sunset or even renew one. Oh, I can hear Canada geese. We call them Canadian honkers. A lot of the birds from the far north only get this far. But Virginia is kind of seems to be the line mostly. Wow. It's not a nothing to make the choice to strap on those boots. I think that's an agreement from all the people of the earth. Of the earth. The humans are not completely of the earth sometimes in their mindset. We've got to work on that. We have to rejoin the community and be a better neighbor. We are one species of many. And if we don't work together to create homeostatic balance, it's a little harder to stay alive. You know, as a species and as a planet. And we have the power, and have demonstrated the power to make a mess of things. Congratulations. But it's a lot easier to destroy a dollhouse than it is to build it. And in this case, the dollhouse was built when we got here. The ecosystem was thriving. And then conscious beings made choices that resulted in monoculture. Take a walk in monoculture. So that was the forest. It's very nice. But in crop fields, there's pretty much only one thing growing. And of course, the land needs to be held together, but the soil needs to be nutrified with a diverse array of species. Tiny little things, you know? Wormy things. And buzzing things. So my other rock that I like to sit on and I dream of what we could do to this specific field to apply biodynamic gardening principles. Look it up. Biodynamic gardening is trying to leave the land better than you found it after you grew your crops to feed your people. And it's not simple. It takes study. However, it took study to make it like this. You know, somebody learned how to do this to the land. And we as a people need to have more and more folks that choose as a career path to replenish the environment, to make it better so that the oxygen producing system on our planet continues to chug along in a way that leaves it compatible for human life. O2 matters, you know? It all does matter. So let's make sure that the bees come back. Let's make sure that the pollinators of all types make a comeback. And let's diversify our fields in ways that are not just nitrogen fixing, but bio-fixing. Spread the word. Biodynamic gardening. We must do this. And we will. Because we don't have a choice. So we will.